Let's see. Can everyone see my desktop? Let me know if you can see my desktop. Okay, good. Alright, we're going to get started then. Alright, so today I wanted to show a little bit about scalping. So we're going to do it one with naked chart. Most people that know me know that I trade with naked chart. And also we're going to throw some indicators in that might be helpful. How you use indicators, it's entirely up to you guys, but I'll just show some that I've been playing with, and could be fun. So occasionally I'll check in here and see if there's any questions. So if you have any questions, just type them out and I'll keep checking in. Alright, so let's get going. So most people that have attended one of my live trading shows know that I always start looking at higher time frames, start drawing some preliminary support and resistance and trend lines, and then I get into a smaller time frame. So that's what we're going to do. So first we're going to draw a couple of support and resistance line. I just want to make everyone aware of this little gap here that happened last night, Sunday. There's a gap here for about 30 pips or so. That gap is going to be filled back in, meaning that there is a bar that's going to fill up this gap. It always happens. The question is when it's going to happen. So I zoomed in a little bit. We're on 4 hours. So currently on the 4 hours we have the trend looking kind of like this. So it's a downtrend right now. So we're going to trade based on that. There's another way that we're going to get to show are we really in a downtrend or not. But what we can see here is we have our starting point here, and when we look, it dropped, and then we have a lower high, then we dropped, and then we have a high that we tested, and we dropped again. We tested this support, and then we have a high, and now we're dropping again. So it looks like it's gonna break down, but it also looks like it's ranging. So first off, we're gonna start looking here. See that this is a support and resistance area, and we put one down here because that seems to be an area as well. So if anyone has any questions here when I draw this support and resistance, just ask, because these are very important. They'll define your range for scalping as we drill down. So hope everyone understands this is an area that the price seems to come back and fight. It broke through, came back in, broke through, come back in, and now it's sitting in here. So support and resistance, pretty easy to see here. So if this is going to continue down, then I would be looking for where's the next support that I would be concerned about, and I would be looking around here. And the reason for this is obviously I'm trying to look for levels where the price gone up, bounced off, gone up, bounced off more than 3 times preferably, but here we see we have 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And as we get down here, we finesse the levels a little bit. Alright, so that's 4 hours. I feel pretty confident here. I can add one more resistance line up here. As we see 1, 2, 3. I'm fine with this because we're not really trying to do long trade, we're trying to do short trade, so we're going to go down. Alright, again, we see this is a zone here which the price likes to hang around. This is a zone that we're in right now that the price likes to hang around. So and so far the price seems to continue down here. So we established this trend line on 4 hours, so that means it's going down. In here on 1 hour, we can finesse our trend lines a little bit, or our support and resistance if we want. I think these are pretty good right now. So just if I want to add any more, usually when you get down on a lower time frame, you start seeing more support and resistance. And there's one right around here. This one is a little bit iffy, but the price came down, bounced off, broke through, came down, bounced off. So I like that. So down to 30 minutes. As you see, we're working our way down here. Again, here's the gap from last Sunday, 37 pips. It was halfway filled. It's got to be filled all the way up. So, all right. If you want to add any more support resistance in here, you can. You see there's one here, but right now, is it going to be relevant for what we're going to do? Probably not, since we're going to get down to 5 minutes and 1 minute. But we can add it, just so everyone gets a little rehearsal on support and resistance. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're getting down there. Let's get down to 15 minutes. And obviously, here we can finesse this one a little bit. So we'll put this one right around there. Alright, the trend is still holding. High, lower high, lower high, lower high. So this bounce right on this support. Okay, so where should it go? Probably up here and then maybe continue down. But if it's going to hold the pattern, then it should turn below this high in order to continue the downtrend. So I hope you understand that. That's a high here, lower high. The next high should be lower than the previous high, which is this one here, and then continue down. One very important thing to have is this timer here. It tells you when the candle's going to close, and the biggest mistake you can do is take a trade while a candle is still being formed. We're on 15 minutes. It's got 4 minutes left. Take a trade on 15 minutes here. You might take it here, and this candle might reverse down here and break through. So wait that. If you're trading on 15 minutes, wait it out. All right, checking question. No questions. Maybe I should say, are there any questions so far? Okay, good. Crystal clear. Awesome. All right, back to the chart. We're looking to get down to 5 minutes to potentially take a trade. One of the things we see here is we have a level here that is not fully qualified for support or resistance, so I'm going to leave that alone. I think this one is a better indicator. Alright, down to 5 minutes. What do we see? High, lower high, lower high, lower high. This one should start tapping out any second. This candle will tell us what's going to happen. Right now it looks like an indecision candle, so what could this one stop? Well, if we look right here, it could stop right there, right? So if I use this one as the guideline, let's see if it breaks through this one, right? The goal is obviously that it doesn't. Goal is that it tops out here. We've got 2 minutes left, and then continue down. So we have another lower high, and then we'll kind of go short. So we can go into 1 minute and see if that's the case. Okay, so we see first hesitation here. Pretty strong candle. So this candle here, let's see what that does. Looks like it's going to bounce. We see that we did touch this resistance. So we see this candle forming. We got 24 seconds left. Switch over to 5 minutes. See, we haven't broken through yet. Back to 1 minute again. So this candle here shows us that The bulls were really trying, but the bears ended up winning this one. And that's the way the candle is read. This candle now closed, and that's the bears. The bulls are starting to try to show off here a little bit. So we're going to see, and when you're here, you can start looking for similar patterns, like a candle like this, a candle like that, and this, and see if what happened. Right now I don't see anything. We have this here, but we see this is a pretty good resistance. So let's switch over to 5 minutes. Got 1 minute left. You don't want to take a trade, like I said, on an active candle. 20 seconds left. We're going to get our next red candle probably. Five seconds left. It's a pretty good strong candle, but this wick is pretty strong. But I'm okay. I'm gonna go into this. I've seen enough. So remember, scalping, just in and out pretty quick. Go for 5 to 12 pips. You can also have another rule, which is if your candle goes against you in the first 5 minutes, close out. Usually, if you only go on 5 to 12 pips, you should just set your stop loss to previous high, which is here. It's about 4 pips up. But don't forget the spread. You see I got 0.5 in spread here. But if you had 5 pips in spread and you set the stop loss to 5 pips, it would kick in immediately. So that wouldn't be good. Alright, I see a pretty strong push down here. Hesitation. It's probably going to revisit. It could come up here and revisit this resistance before it kicks off down again. So I'm okay. I'm going to wait. My stop loss, which I'm not setting, but it's right there above previous high. So this is if I get action up here, then I'll close out manually. Right now I'm just going to sit here and wait and see what happens. Any questions? Alright, no questions so far. So either I'm doing a good job or I completely lost you all. And another thing we can do up here is when it's retesting this resistance, you could take another trade. You could double up on your scalp here. You just want to make sure you get a reverse candle first. So as we see, we're revisiting this resistance. Let's see what the next candle is. But if we have a candle here up here, I might take another short position just to see if I can't double up. And when you're scalping, obviously again, all depending on your spread, you take 3 pips, 5 pips, 8 pips, 12 pips, but not more than that. In and out. You can take 100 trades in one morning if you want to, and if you're trading on a volume of 1 pip, that's $10 a pip, then you don't have to make that many pips. It's not about making 1,000 pips in 1 week, it's about what the pip is worth, right? So I see hesitation here, so I'm actually gonna jump the candle here. I'm gonna go short. Let's see what we get. Remember, if you have any questions, just type them out and I'll address them. So another way to trade here also, while we wait for this candle to straighten out, is we can see that this resistance and this level here kind of forms a little bit of a testing area. So what you can do is you can make yourself a box like this. Let it come up, go down, come up. If it breaks through like this, then you can go long. If it breaks through like this, you can go short. It's a little bit of box trading, but obviously be careful. You see, how many times would we have been burned here? Well, we would have gone short here, and we would have gotten stopped out. Actually, if we put the stop loss right above the previous, we wouldn't. But go short here, 3-5 pips. Say we'll go short here. There's your 6 pips. Short here. There's your 8 pips. And see what's happening here. I'm about to stop out. Got a break above, close above. Any questions while we wait for this candle? You can switch over to 5 minutes and see how that looks like. Hesitation candle. This might end up being a pin bar. If it's a pin bar on 5 minutes, it means it's just going to blow straight down. Right now, this is where we want the next lower high to be closing out at, which it did right there, right? So let's see what happens here. This candle is going to hit the resistance. Or is it going to bottom out? Alright. I'm going to start lining up the next one while we wait for this one. This is not recommended, switching screen, but I'm just going to see where we're at with this one. So this is an uptrend, so I'm going to do this one here. This one is getting ready to bounce, so there. Alright, so it's starting to look right. When we look at 5 minutes, remember high, lower high. Now we want this thing to go back down here, would be great. So we got this one. I'm just gonna wait, start pulling out some support and resistance. Do this one there. Since this is going up, we're looking for the next high, so that's not a good one. The next one is really somewhere around here. Great. Back over here. Alright, so we have one trade in profit, we have the next one in. So we got 2 trades in profit right now, so let them work a little bit. Continue here. If the bottom fell out, where would it fall out? Somewhere here. Switch down to 1 hour, finesse this a little bit. And take this one up here. Again, hit The resistance went down, broke through, worked its way down here, up. Let's see, take this one down here a little bit. Alright, back to this one. What's happening over here? This candle is concerning because it's a pin bar, but it's 1 minute pin bar. So one thing you have to know is that the smaller time frame, like 1 minute, there's a lot of noise. So if you're gonna scalp, you have to have strong nerves. You have to live with a lot of noise. A pin bar on a 15 minutes or 1 hour like this, it's a perfect pin bar, this thing here. If you see something like that on a 15 minute or 1 hour, you should go that way. So this is a bull pin bar, so you should go long. If you see the opposite, then you should go short. But on a 1 minute, it's usually noise, so they're not that solid. All right, we're looking for it to break outside the box and close with a confirmation candle. We created this little box earlier that kind of says we're in the right way. But this shows you it's a strong area here where it trades 3.5 pips. So, but here we're getting a railroad candle. So a railroad candle is, it looks like a railroad basically. You have a blue track here, and if this track here looks just about the same, if it closes the same way around down here, then it indicates a strong move down. So again, you can go nervous sitting here, sitting on 1 minute, but hey, it's part of scalping. Alright, back to GBPU. I'm going to finesse this trend line a little bit. Trend line should have at least 3 touch points. We have 1 and a bunch here, and then the next one here. So right here, as a long trade, I could take this trade and bet my bottom dollar that it's going to get up to here. So this is a long trade that I would take normally, 150 pips or so. But again, we're scalping, so let's figure out what the next level is going to be. So 1 hour, we're going to say that this is the next natural stop. Let's jump down to 15 minutes. Here we can see it's ranging, so we're finessing this a little bit. So this is a range that it likes to trade, 40 pips. And this also is a fairly comfortable range. Alright, so it's going up. Start looking at when it bounces off support and resistance. Start looking at the candles that are being shaped at these areas. What does these candles look like? Start learning those, start recognizing them, so that you can start taking trades early in the game. Back here. So we ended up here. This is not quite a hanging man, and people would call it shooting star and all kinds of stuff. I call it a hesitation candle, or a build-up. It's building up volume here. It ends up not having an up or a down bar. Apologize about that. So there's their indecision. They don't know if they're going to go up or down. So we're sitting here waiting for our trades to be super profitable. Alright, remember you can ask questions whenever you want to. Alright, again, British pound and a dollar. We were painting it out. So again, I think I missed one here. There's a line here that I would like to put. Just because it likes to. I'm putting this because it likes to live in this zone of 20 pips in and out. It helps me give clear signals. So we broke through, but we didn't have a confirmation candle. We had a reversal candle. So right now we could probably scalp this little baby and go down. Problem I have is we have a pattern here of it tested this support several times. Then we have a higher low And so we have kind of something that supports this trend up here. So taking a reversal trade or a scalp the other way, it's okay, but a bit risky. So let's take a look at what 1 minute looks like. We got anything to support this? We hit the resistance and we came back down. On 5 minutes, we want to wait out this candle and see if it's a strong candle down, and then we can go short. So back to Euro USD, we seem to be working this little range here, so I'm really hoping for this candle to be saying enough. Alright, so any questions at this point? This is pretty much scalping with naked trades, naked charts. Naked charts is you have no indicators. So we're starting to go in the right way here. I'm looking for it to come down here. So I'm looking at best. I'm looking with my best trade. 14 pips, which is 2 pips above my margin. The other pips, 13 pips. So we just want this to come down and touch. On 1 minute, this is very noisy short. So you can try to figure out where's the next hesitation going to come from if this continues. Because we broke through with this candle here, so we're hoping this candle is going to be the confirmation candle. So where's the next hesitation? Somewhere around here. It's very fussy, but went down, went up, came down here, hesitating, broke through and came back up. And then from underneath, up, down. So, wow, look at that one. So that must be some news release. We're waiting. On scalping, you could put stop loss if you want to prevent something like this, but this could also be a whipsaw. So this could be someone just trying to blow out all your stop losses just to throw this one straight down the bottom. We're going to wait and see what happens with this candle. It's probably going to end up being a long tail. But when you're scalping, you can have automatic stop loss and TPs if you want to. I tend not to. This is such a drastic move right now, so I'm just going to wait. Remember, my exit point was here, but I want a confirmation candle. So it broke through, but I want this to end up being blue, because this is usually like a whipsaw. So a lot of people set their stop losses right around here, so they would be out of this trade at this point, just to see the price taking a full reversal straight down the toilet. So it's your own preference. If you want to set stop loss, take profit, you can. When you scalp, you usually don't, but I guess it's a preference. But you see these moves a lot of times, and just stop hunts. Basically, the game is just to blow you out of the water, blow out your stop losses. And now what you're going to do is, because your stop loss went out, you're thinking the move is that way, so now you're going to go long just to see this shit go straight down. So we'll wait. So that was not a confirmation candle, but we need this candle to break through back down again, otherwise we're going to go out and lick our wounds and start back in again. So the next one would be that it closed out here, or it just testing this. This is 15 minutes. 5 minutes, it hasn't closed out here yet. And we're out. Alright, so what does this do? Confirms that we should go long here, right? So something happened with the euro, actually with the USD, so there must have been some news. So usually what I do when I see something like that is I just go to take a look. Just want to see what was just reported. So every time Draghi opens his mouth, everything goes straight to shit. But then we have manufacturing index, which is a low that shouldn't have made the US dollar become weak. So Draghi is about to say something, which is probably not a whole lot of useful shit, but whatever. So we're trading on high news. The trend on this is up, so that's okay. The trend on Euro USD, remember, look at that pattern there. Hanging man. The pattern on this was down, right? So what we might have here is we might have it come up and try this trend line up here. But for that to happen, we have to climb another 15 pips. So it's right here in 5 minutes. Let's see if this baby closes over there. Beware of the news. You can trade on the news, but always trade opposite. If you think it's good number for USD, then shorten the dollar, because that's usually what they do initially. So if you think great news for dollar, then it's gonna be weak first, because what they're doing is they're loading up. So it'll be a drop against the dollar, and then once everyone thinks it's gonna be weaker, then it becomes stronger. So it's really hard to trade on news. I've never mastered it. I end up just trying not to trade. The one day that I really try not to trade is first Friday of each month, which is our NFP news, when we report unemployment and all that stuff here in the US. Can be fun, but it can be scary too. So I'm just gonna wait and see what happens with this baby. Meanwhile, I think I'm going to take a long on this one. Let's see, where is it at? It's about to hit resistance. So sometimes you can add more than one resistance. I know a guy, he always uses two. The reason why I would add that here is just because we have a lot of spikes on this stuff here. The wrong thing. We have a lot of wicks here. So I just want to see if it's going to hit this and then drop down again. Remember, this is the pound USD. And one thing you always want to try to do is trade with the trend. So we established that this is an uptrend. So right now we would like for it to come back down so we could take another trade going up. So if the trend is up, try to only take long trades. If the trend is down, take only short trades. Makes sense? See what happens with that one. Let's get back to this one. Where's the next hill? Put one here. See how this candle closes. A lot of hesitation here. This is a sign of building volume again. Very strong candle here. A very small wick compared to the candle size. So we see the same here. Very strong candle with about the same size of candle wick. That wick is 2 pips. This wick is 2 pips. So probably another bullish candle before we get a bearish candle. So let's wait this baby out. Alright, what other candles do we have? So while we wait for that, why don't we turn on one chart with indicators? So I prepared this earlier this morning. And on this, I'm not going to do support and resistance. I'm going to establish trend first. 4 hours, to me, does look like a downtrend. Also looks like we just hit the trend line here. We can finesse this a little bit if we want to. We can make this a sharper dive. We see this candle, so we can do that. Actually, do it down here. So this scalping technique here that I'm about to show you with these indicators, it is useful in binary. Here's the thing: you have got to wait for these areas to take place. These all have to match up. And remember, if you trade with a trend, you're more successful. So let's find the next one where you have something similar. They all have to line up. Extremely oversold. It's not a fun chart because not much going on here. And this again is just very short amount of pips. Let's see if we switch it over here. What do we got? Do we have anything? 5 minutes. I had one on topped out. See, I have one here. Is that the one you're talking about? This one? That's the clearest one I see. This one. This one. Oops. So this is 1 hour. And you could sit a long time waiting for these signs, but you see it kind of worked out here. You got 77 pips on that thing. So you might end up just with one trade the entire day, but that's okay. Make it count. 15 minutes. So according to these signs, we should go short. According to the trend line we pulled out, we should go short. Let's get down to 5 minutes and see what we see. Sign still holding. So we should still go short. It never bottomed out. It bottomed out on this one, but it's got to bottom out on all three. It hasn't bottomed out. It's bottomed out there. Didn't bottom out here. Didn't bottom out here. So for all intents and purposes and for this show, we'll go short. Make it count just for the fun of it. Alright, so that one's short. This one, I'm going to set my stop loss on 15 pips and 25 pips. So I can just set and forget. Okay, Alright, back to here. Euro USD. Starting to look like we're going the other way. Going up, down, up, down. Let's just go short. Let's see if we can't recoup some of that money we lost earlier. So I set this account at $5,000, so the goal is obviously to regain our $5,000. Alright, this baby is going to sit. We're going to go over here. This one's going to come down here, and then we're going to go long. Alright, so. Alright, Euro USD. Still going. So when this candle closes out, I'm just going to take my profit there. That's 3 pips. Nah, wait a little bit. Can be greedy, but let's see. I'm looking for it to hit 5,000 down here. I'm really looking for this candle to close red as well. Then it's a confirmation candle. Getting closer. The other trade that we set with a stop loss and everything is starting to work its way down, so that's good. "17 seconds left." We have a confirmation candle. So we'll wait and see what happens. Alright, set another trade. This one, good enough for my liking. Let's go long. Alright, back here, we're 24. And then we had what's happening with this one? It's just sitting there, so we're just waiting for this one to kick in, so let's wait a little bit longer. This one is still working in our favor. This one we're going to be really quick with. Not a whole lot of pips here. Here to here. So 4 pips, that's all we're looking for. And this one is in. Not sure what this one is doing. Just because I don't like these candles, I'm going to take that profit. And then we're going to go over here and see what we can get out of this one. Alright, so any questions so far? Alright, so we're waiting for this one and another trade to kick in. Meanwhile, let's see if we see anything else that is noisy. Let's turn this on. So I wanted to give you the indicators. So we have the RSI set at 4. So the RSI period is 4. The levels are 10 and 90. You want them to break through. That's the first. RSI period 4. The next one is money flow index, also 4. Levels here are 5 and 95. Again, you want it to bottom out. MFI, or money flow index, is 4. Levels 5 and 95. Last one is the D marker. Oops. Let me see. and that's level 4 as well. And then we have so again, period 4, levels 0.1 and 0.9, bottom out. We want bottom out signs. Again, demarker, period 4, level 0.1, 0.9. Those are the ones for this scalping. And this setup is useful for binary, but and this is the really hard thing, is try to only take the trades according to trend. And here's the worst thing you can see. So we're on New Zealand dollars and US dollars, and we see it's flatlined, and it's a pair I wouldn't trade today. I mean, if you want to, you could. Indications are that this one should go long, but there's no pattern right here. And what we could say here is that it bottomed out here, right? And it has, this is the bottom right here. There's the bottom. And then it's been sitting here hesitating. And usually what you end up seeing, if this is the bottom, it climbs up a little bit and then comes back down and tests the bottom again before it starts up. And just a second, guys. Babysitting a dog. Back. Sorry about that. Alright, so anyway, let's switch to something fun. Euro knock, that's a fun one. Lively. Lots of movement. Looks like a flat line right now. But market standing still. Not this one. Alright, so here we go. This is odd USD. Trend is up. We're gonna do this. Put the scalp on again. Trend is up. We know that. Now we want to take trades with the trend, preferably. But we have a good sign here. Well, we had a good sign here. We got 2 pips out of that one. Let's see, 15 minutes. So we're topping out here. We got 15 pips there on that sign there. But you really want to try to go on these. So this one continues up, sitting on resistance right now. So I won't do much with this one. It's topping out here. It's probably going to reverse. I've got a sign here that it should turn down. So we have it here. Could Could go short on this one, but again, it's trading against the trend. But not a whole lot of things going on here right now, so leave that one alone for a little bit. Anyway, so that's trading with these indicators. I would use these with binary. If you trade binary, trade 15 minutes or 1 hour. Binary is very hard because you trade against time. So whenever you take a trade, you want the trade to go in your favor for the next couple candles. If you look here, we had a bottom out here, bottom out here, bottom out here, and also it hit the trend line, obviously. So it was a good trade setup. You got 60 pips out of that one. It hasn't bottom out in the top yet. It's bottom out on 2. We're just waiting for this one. So it's realistic to think that this one is going to go up against this resistance line that's right around here. And then it's going to take a reversal down again and then shoot back up again. So let me see that little sign here. You see the topped out here, which means it's heavily overbought, so it's got to have a reversal. That reversal probably goes down to here and then back up again. So we see more and more here. So if you want to go short on this, we could, just for shits and giggles, or only for a few small pips. Alright, so we took that Euro GBP earlier, right? We're up 26.34. We're up a little bit here. We haven't broken our $5,000, but we're gonna let this baby sit. Good sign, it hit the trend line and it's going down. We sold, so we're trading with the trend, so we should be good. Let that baby sit. We're hitting, hit $100 in that one. Odd USD is working its way. GBP USD hit the trend line right now, so we'll take another trade. It's got 4 minutes left to go on 5 minutes, so it just changed. But we see here starting to bounce off the trend line there, so we'll go along there. Okay, Euro GBP, we're up $68 right now. So we're up almost $70 in this trade here, and all USD is starting to go in our favor. So is GBP USD, this one, and then we have 2 GBP USD. Alright, so I'm just going to let these ones sit until they're positive. We're now in profit. We're $5 in profit. Woohoo! I'm going to bar. Anyway, we're heading for 4 minutes left to 9 o'clock. So I'm going to try to do this timely, 1 hour. So any questions before we're almost closing this one out? We're going to let this one sit for 4 minutes. Hopefully they'll all be in profit. Was that good? Was that terrible? Alright, so all trades are now profitable. We have no negative trades any longer. So we're up $110, $105. We're making money. Just a second, guys. guys. I had someone knocking on my door. Alright, so we're up almost $200. Euro GBP, I'm going to close that one out. I got enough money on that. GBP USD, let's jump over to that. That's one coming down back here again. Not going to close that one yet. So the question was, any other indicator I could think about? Yes, there's one more that's very useful. It's the moving average. And the one that's really good is obviously the 200 EMA, which is exponential moving average. It'll show you the trend. The trend is your friend. So as you see, this is an uptrend. Candles are trading above 200 EMA. So a simple trading technique, if you just want to forget everything else, throw a 200 EMA in there, and every time it goes above 200, go long. So wait for the confirmation candle. You see this one broke through, but the next candle didn't confirm it, so it went back down. This one broke through. This one confirmed that it's now an uptrend. And you could have taken it here, and you put your stop loss below here. So if you would have taken your trade on this candle here, which closed here, today you would have been up 20 pips. Not a whole lot, but hey. Alright, so this one is hitting the trend line again. So what we can do here, if we want to, is we can take yet another trade, which we did. Alright, odd USD, jump over to that one. Let's just look. Hit the resistance, bounce back down. Probably going to go back down to here and then go back up, right? But we used this setup for that. So we decided that top out, top out, top out. We decided that that was a good one. We also used this resistance as a kind of confirming that in 15 minutes. And we said that was a good setup, and apparently it is. So those are the only indicators I can think. But remember, the more indicators you have, the noisier it gets. It'll be harder to see. Again, when you go over here, if you throw a 200 EMA in here, you're losing a lot of real estate as far as your trading screen. You have a lot of things to watch. So try not to make. That's why I don't use indicators most of the time. I just trade naked, like I showed earlier. And you saw that those trades did go in profit. So you can trade naked with just support and resistance. But if you want to play around with indicators, here's the indicators I would use. So, any questions before we end today's session? Was it a good session? We're still in profit, so from that perspective, it was good. We're going to close this one's profit. We only got these. Hit the trend line here. Hopefully, get back up here. Right. So what we can do here, like it looks like this is a really good support line here. Comes down, bounce up, come down, bounce up, come down, bounce up, down. So remember, support and resistance are truly all that you need. You can throw in the EMA 200 just to help you out in your trading. Make sure you're trading with the trend, but drawing a trend line, as you see, is also very useful. You see this 200 EMA confirms again that we're trading with the trend. We're doing up trades. So again, we're trading with the trend. So we're an uptrend, right? Here you got the flat line. So you know when you get into this pattern, you're about to hit the bottom, which we did down here. And then they start trading above that 200 EMA as an uptrend. So that's where we're at. So as you saw, this came down to the trend line again that we put earlier. It's now back up again. We're again in profit, so all good. All right, cool. No questions. Great. I appreciate you guys showing up. I'll put this one out on my Facebook, a link out to my YouTube channel and all that stuff. And if you enjoyed it, talk well about me. If you didn't enjoy me, talk well about me. See how that works? All right, so we're going to close out these trades. And so we ended our session up $100 in 1 hour. $100 in 1 hour. That's not bad. $100 per hour. Oh, that's good. That's good pay. Okay, guys, it was fun. So enjoy. If you got any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Bye.